visual effects. You see them everywhere in movies, TV shows, games, and even YouTube videos.
Oh, check it out.
And it's used to make media more visually engaging. And there are like games like Genshin Impact, which are really popular for its visual effects, because it looks like a really good game. And it's very visually appealing, and it's better than most mobile. But in here we have Roblox. Yeah, it's basically crap, because Roblox does not support a lot of particle features that Unity and Unreal Engine have, even though Roblox is literally a decade old. And unfortunately, they do not have any shaders. And shaders are really important for games because it helps manipulate images and mask games, which would be able to create like cool effects. And when I started my latest Roblox project, I really wanted to create a game that is visually stunning because I wanted to level up the game developing standards and hopefully influence other people to advance to make a better visually looking Roblox. And while I was researching a lot on how to create cool effects, I looked through the developer forum and I saw an announcement on Flipbook particles. And honestly, that was amazing because Roblox hasn't really been updating on the particle system for like years. And because of that, we're able to create particles that look like they have shaders on it. But unfortunately, there aren't a lot of tools to actually create the animated particles without drawing skills. And I've done a lot of research on how people can create the effects with shaders, but unfortunately, I haven't found any video on how to convert it into a sprite sheet. So yeah, by the way, if there are any tutorials on that, I would like to really know it, and you guys can comment it on the YouTube video. But yeah, after countless research, a light bulb lit. Electricity was literally pulsing through my veins, and I thought of a genius plan, and I was literally ready to supply the energy to the whole country. And that idea was Blender, a very common tool that modelers use, animators use, or really anyone. And people don't even realize that you can use this tool to actually create cool VFX inside Blender. And now, one may ask, like, how can you even import it into Roblox when Roblox doesn't even support shaders? Well, that's where the animated particle system comes in. Because with the render button, you can render every single frame of the VFX and change it into a sprite sheet. And as a result, I was actually able to create like this fire slash, this spitting fire, this magic circle, and this explosion. But of course, there were a lot of challenges and problems while using this method, which I'll be explaining it later in the video. But upon realizing that a lot of people weren't using this method and using Blender to make all this cool VFX, I decided to make a tutorial on it, on how to use shaders, make animations, and how to import it into Roblox. That's why I'm actually going to teach you guys how to make this stuff. Interruption. Before we get started, I would appreciate more people clicking the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell, because it helps spread my content to the people who want to get started in Roblox Studio. But yeah, anyways, back to the video. To make the fire slash animation and to turn it into an animated sprite sheet, first we're gonna open up Blender, and we're gonna actually delete this first because we're not gonna use a cube. So let's just do X, and then we're gonna click the delete button. And after that, we're gonna be creating a plane. So now that we have a plane, we wanna basically turn this into a slash shape, which will be very circular. So we're gonna go in edit mode. We're actually gonna move this vertice. We're gonna move this on the Y-axis. Actually, I'm gonna remove this circle thing by clicking O. You guys don't have that, that's totally fine, which is perfect. I'm gonna select this vertice, move it on the Y-axis, and make this triangular shape. And after that, I'm gonna go click here, which is like the normal tab, and I'm gonna click remesh. And by clicking this, you actually create a ton of like squares, which will be good. So after that, we need to turn this into a circular shape. So we're gonna go to our modifier, click add modifier, and then we're gonna click simple deform, where we can actually bend our objects. So we're gonna click bend because that's what we want to bend, and we're gonna click the Z axis. And afterwards, we need to add an empty object because this is where our mesh will be rotating around. So we're gonna click our mesh, we're gonna click this empty object. Just make sure it's equal to the empty object. And after this, I'm just gonna move this a bit far away from the empty object, and I'm gonna make this angle negative, because what happened is that if you keep increasing this, voila, now you can create this slash. Now I actually kind of want to move it a bit away because I want some area in the middle. And actually I'm going to go back here. And actually I'm going to select this whole line because I feel like this is a bit too thick. So I'm just going to make some edits. Okay, so after making some edits, I think this looks a bit better. And now we can get started with making the shader. So we're going to click the shading tab. And we're going to add a new material. And after that, we're going to get rid of this principal BSDF because we're not going to be using this. So first, we're going to bring out our texture coordinate by doing Shift A, search up for the texture coordinate. I'm pretty sure there's some shortcut, but I don't remember the actual keys for that. So we're just going to bring texture coordinate. We'll be using this to actually define where our shader is going to be. And we're going to bring in mapping because this gives all like the position, rotation, and scale values. So we can like scale our shaders or do whatever we want. So we're actually going to use generated, attach it right here, and then after that do search and a color ramp, which will actually help us manipulate the